Okay, his TikTok went viral about us. And, like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I'm sorry if you're watching this. I'm not gonna say your name, but, like, why am I getting all these DMs from girls? Asking if, because they're all hooking up with him, too, at the same time. And they're like,
explain yourself, sir.
Yeah.
Right. I got a podcast.
I to the no.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of I'm Literally Screaming. Oh my God, everybody in the stands is screaming. They're taking off their clothes. We have to cover our eyes. Guys. Me and my very special guest, Becca Moore, don't want to see your nudes. Don't want to see your nude body. Oh, you're like, I do. Show us more. What if they were like butt nuggly?
I'm still interested.
Okay, yeah, just like observe.
Yeah, like I want to know.
That's actually like really insightful. You just want to know.
I just like to know things about people.
So how was your weekend?
It was so good. I forget. I don't even know what I did. But I heard yours was crazy. By the way, I'm Becca. Thank you for having me on.
Becca Moore, everyone. Okay, yeah.
Sweet. Nice to see you guys.
Yeah, guys.
I'm fangirling now.
Why?
Because you're like one of the OG like TikTokers.
I started off like in 2019.
Yeah.
When like I hate saying this, but like I started off on TikTok when you didn't tell people you had TikTok.
Yeah, I'm not.
Like,
I was like anti-TikTok when you were doing it. Like I didn't even know that people were talking on it. I thought it was all dancing.
Yeah, no, because it was originally Musical.ly, and I remember I ended up downloading it. I think like my senior year of high school, and I didn't use my account. I would just kind of like browse, and I started realizing that there were like actual like trends happening on there, and people could actually like make 15-second videos. When I started, we had 15 seconds, no retakes, no editing, no green screen. Like literally like
you couldn't edit it?
No, you couldn't like go in and like, I mean, you could go in, like if you had multiple clips, you couldn't go in and shorten the clips. But then they released like a new feature where you could go in and edit the clips, but it wasn't like it is now where you can like split clips and do all this crazy stuff and like zoom in.
It's way easier now to make better content. It's crazy.
And even when I remember when they came out with the 1 minute, I was like, whoa.
Well, yeah, I started off in like the end of 2020, so I was late to the game and I was protesting. But I wish so badly I would have just sucked up my pride and have done
earlier.
It.
Yeah,
Because,
it was like a time. It was definitely, I'm not gonna lie, like it was like.
Well, today I can't even imagine starting today. I feel like it'd be way harder to start today.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
There's so much competition. I mean, there's a lot of good talent out there, you know.
It's just like now that everyone's on it, I feel
saturated.
Like starting off earlier was easier.
The move. Yeah, for sure.
Because it was like, it's kind of like when you like invest in a company, you know? And
yeah, you were like the OG investor for sure.
Yeah, I invested. Oh yeah, this weekend.
Yeah, you got in a fight.
Bar fight, yeah. I was with Leo, everyone. I made a TikTok about this, but essentially we were in WeHo and we ended up going to this like bar/club place.
Which one?
Beaches.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm like royalty there. They love me at beaches. I walk in and they're like, hey, Spencer. I know the bouncer, Jojo. He like gets on the mic. He's like, Spencewuah's in the building. And then he like pours shots down my throat. And I'm like, yay.
Hell yeah.
But we go in there. Leo had to use the bathroom. And the way that it works is like when you walk in, I'm going to like show you guys who are watching right now, but I'm going to try to describe it as best as I can for anyone who's listening. When you walk in, there's like an outside area, and then it's literally like, I'm not even joking, maybe 8 feet from like this wall to the bar. So it's like there's not a lot of room when there are a whole bunch of people in there. And we had to go all the way to the back to get to the bathroom because Leo had to go to the bathroom. So I was me, my friend Brogan, and Leo. And Leo runs to the bathroom. We follow him because no girl is ever left behind, especially in WeHo. And as we're leaving, or as Leo was getting out of the bathroom and we're walking back towards the front to go outside, I saw this girl. And when I tell you, I've never seen so much rage in one person's face. And again, you know how I told you, like, I'm intuitive. And I literally was like, I know something's going to happen. And out loud, I said, uh-oh. And Leo said, what do you mean, uh-oh? 5 seconds later, this girl is like pushing this other girl, and what? Leo's like really protective, love him to pieces. So like we ended up getting like pushed into this corner, and as we were in this corner, more people were getting involved in this fight. It started off with 2 people. All of a sudden, like randos are just jumping into this fight, and it starts moving closer to us. I ended up getting pushed into a wall.
Oh my God.
Now, I'm not that bitch, okay? If you want to push someone into a wall, make sure it is not me. Because I was ready to pounce. I was ready to go. I was like, why the hell am I getting pushed into a wall? I didn't do shit.
Yeah.
If you want to have this bar fight, take it outside. I I don't have time to deal with your bullshit right now. Like, I just wanted to drink. I just wanted to drink and dance. And now I'm in the middle of a bar fight that I didn't want anything to do with. Next thing I know, I'm ready to go. Like, I'm literally ready to go.
Yeah.
Leo pushes me back, and I just see his arms. Like, Leo's arms are like the wingspan of like a football field. Like, his big ass just like literally, when I tell you it was at least 5 people, he just goes whoosh, like pushes all of them back. And then eventually, like, the fighting calmed down. But this is where I got involved because I was just like, no, because I was just like, I love Leo, but like I wish he didn't push me back. Like I wish I was able to go in there and like mess a bitch up.
It would feel so good, wouldn't it?
Yeah. But then
so you did.
I almost did. The guy ran away like a little bitch. He basically like started everything was coming down, but he started looking at Leo sideways, like he was gonna do something. And before Leo could even do anything, I swooped in front of him and I literally went up to this guy and I was like, "What's up?" And he was like, "Your friend pushed me." And I said, "And what about it, bitch? Are you going to do something? Because I hope you do." And then all of a sudden, I feel this presence behind. Leo is like 6'4". I feel this presence come over me. And then there's a shadow cascading over my body. And I'm like, Leo's behind me. I know it. So then I felt real safe. So I looked at the guy and I was like, and then he walked away.
No way.
And then when we left, Leo was like,
I can't even imagine you doing that.
I know. Everyone always says like they can't imagine me fighting, but like I literally.
No, you were like strong as
Oh yeah, guys. I do have muscles. I go to the gym every day.
Yeah.
Check it.
I can't even imagine. Like.
No, like I don't.
You should just walk around fighting people.
But like,
if I were you.
I mean, like I don't. Here's my thing. I always say I was even like mentioning this to Leo because even when we like got outside, Leo was like, "Thank you so much for that. Like, holy shit. Like, I have so much more respect for you." And I was like, "Yeah." Like, here's my thing. Like, in my brain, when Leo pushed me back, if I didn't know Leo and he had pushed me back, I would have still gone into the fight. But because Leo was like, no, and then he pushed everyone forward, I was like, okay, like I'm going to let him do his thing. Obviously, he doesn't want me to get hurt. If it wasn't him, I would have jumped in. But I always say that I never resort to violence or like fighting unless it comes to my friends. That's when I'm like, hell no. I'm like, let's get it on then. Because like you think, yeah, I look scrawny, but when I'm punching you into the ground because you hurt my friend.
That would feel so good to like go out with you and then like some girl is like mean and then I'm like,
oh, I can't hit
look
a girl.
who's behind me. Oh, no, girl.
I mean, like, I'd cheer you on. I'd be like, yes, Becca.
That would be like,
get her ass. Get her.
No, I don't know how to fight. I
Really?
can't. No, I've never even been close to a fight ever.
Really?
Never. No. Not even like in like a cute pick me way. Like, oh, I don't fight. No, just because like I'm a bitch. Like, I don't know what the to do. I would run away.
I feel like for me, it's just like I've always gotten into the situation where I'm about to fight, but then they get scared because they don't realize that I'm serious about it. Like when I've mentioned this before on my podcast, but like this guy was like flirting with my friend and his friend was standing next to him and I was standing next to her. And this guy who was flirting with my friend, his friend starts telling me that I'm weird for standing there and this and the third. And I was like, no, like I'm with her because I don't know either of you. And also, you don't know her, so why are you all of a sudden calling me weird?
Yeah.
Like, you're just as equally weird as I am then.
Yeah, like...
And then he started saying, like, I want to fight you. I'm going to punch you. And I said, do it, bitch.
Holy
shit.
shit.
Do it. And then I turned to my one friend and I said, here's my jacket, here's my bag. And the minute I grabbed my jacket and bag, suddenly the man had to get his Uber. Get out of my face. Like, if you want to fight, just do it. Like, now, like, you just got me going. Like, now I want to. Like, now I want to swing on you. And I will, like, I actually didn't get into, like, a fist fight. But there was this, like, person, I'm not going to say their name because they don't deserve my time of day or their name. I want to know
who it is.
I'll tell you after.
Okay, fine.
They were going around LA essentially saying that I was too much. I had multi-personality disorder and I was stuck up. I saw them at a bar.
Who was it?
I'll tell you after. Okay. I can't.
This is how they feel probably right now.
Yeah,
like,
I know. Sorry,
so
guys. It's no one. It's actually like no one you would know. Like,
Would
it's
I?
literally, yeah, maybe. But they're like, I'm not gonna.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, they're
Okay,
just like.
Go.
I ended up like running into this person at a bar, and I went up straight into his face and I said, "You said I'm too much." And then I started screaming and I said, "This is too effing much. You want to keep talking shit about me? Do it."
Oh my God.
I said, "Keep my name out of your mouth. You don't know me. You will never know me because you're not
Stop
good
doing
enough
it
to know me." Sorry.
Yeah, it's like you're yelling at me. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're like, no, please stop.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, it's not your fault.
Wait, what did they do?
They walked away and then they started posting on their Snap story being like,
Snap story?
they were like, "I can't believe that I just allowed someone to yell in my face." And then they were like, "Someone was really stirring the pot tonight." Yeah, you bitch. You've been stirring the pot. Keep my name out of your damn mouth and there'd be no pot to stir, dumbass. Oh my God. Like, get a grip. Sorry.
Wait, just the fact that they went on Snapchat after that to post it, that tells me exactly the type of person.
Yeah, and they didn't say my
I
name
have
in the
some
Snap.
guesses for sure.
They didn't say my name in the Snap because they knew better. I told them, I said, "If my name ever comes out of your mouth again, the next time I see you, it is on site."
What do you think the motivation was for them to be talking about you? Like, is there competition between
No. This person will deny it till the day they die because they do this with everybody. Like, I've heard from other people as well that, like, he's done the same thing with them. He's, like, flirty and he will flirt with you. And if you're not easy to get, all of a sudden you're stuck up. All of a sudden you're this, all of a sudden you're that. And I remember I was at like 3 different parties and at every single one he tried to kiss me. And I was like, no. I was like, no. Like, I was like, we are just friends. He even DM'd me when I first moved here and he was like, "Just be careful who you like you're friends with because there are fake people here and yada 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 yada." Yeah, you. And and this is what changed everything. The third party, he walks up to me and he tries to kiss me and I was like, "No, like, I don't want to kiss you."
just like straight out of the gate tries to kiss you?
And he was like, "Why not? Every other guy here would." And I said, "Because I'm not every other bitch and I'm not easy."
Every other guy here would kiss me, so I want you to kiss me. That's what he's saying?
He was
basically?
like, "Every other guy here would kiss me. Why aren't you?"
Yeah.
Because
so
I'm like
what a narcissist.
And then all of a sudden it's like, "Oh, Spencer is too much. Spencer's stuck
now
up."
you have
Now your
multiple
narrative just completely changes about me. Meanwhile, I'm giving this mofo the benefit of the doubt because I've heard so much about them, and that's the kind of person I am. I'm like, you know what? I'm never gonna like judge someone straight out the gate. Like, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna give everyone the benefit of the doubt until you give me a reason not to like you. I don't want to just hear what other people say about you. Like, I need to know for myself, you know? But yeah, I don't ever want to judge someone based off of what I've heard from others because I know for a fact that people probably have ran their mouth about me and probably for exactly what I just told you, like how he went around telling people like this, that, and the third. And I would never want someone to hear what that person is saying and then be like, "Oh, Spencer is this." That's what I do with other people. Do you do the same thing when it comes to like giving people benefit of the doubt until I guess like proven guilty?
No, that's the thing. Okay, so I would be the problematic person because I listen to what people tell me.
Really?
Like, I feel like like if someone told me that without meeting you, like, I'm just really impressionable, I think. I think I'm gullible. I would believe them. If someone told me before I met you today, if someone was like, "Spencer has multiple personalities," I'd be like, "No f***ing way, tell me why. Like, explain, tell me." So... But okay, there was a person in my life that I heard a bunch of things about, and I heard that they slept with someone that like was one of their best friends, like partners, I guess. And I still like tried giving them the benefit of the doubt, and then it like, yeah, it f***ed me over in the end. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
I feel like if it's coming from people that I'm close with. Like, if, say I was really, really close with you and you told me something about someone else, I'd be like, "Oh, okay." Like, I'll keep an eye out. But if it's, like, a random stranger, I'm not gonna, like, take what they're saying into consideration when I'm about to meet someone, if that makes sense.
No, I do that, too.
You do?
I listen to everything people say. I love tea. Like, I love the gossip. I want to hear. I mean, there are some people you can tell. Like, I feel like I have a gut instinct. I'm not like psychic like you. Like, you were saying you're psychic. I'm not psychic, but I feel like I have a good instinct with people. So like, I was about to do a project with a big project with a person, and I had an instinct the entire time that like something was off with this person, and I couldn't explain it. And then I finally pulled out of the project, but like, of course, the second I pull out, like
it gets explained.
Yeah, it's that feeling of like, you know, when like
it's like a weird pit. Oh, sorry, just hit the mic.
Yeah, a pit in your stomach, and you have a feeling about someone and you can't explain it, and like
you don't know why, but it's there.
And then it comes out that they are shitty. It's like that one TikTok that's going around, like, doesn't it feel good like when like someone that's a shitty person gets exposed and like you were right the entire time, and that, like that is the best
you are intuitive then
in the world. Well, not like you though. Like I'm not like I could never, because you were guessing how many siblings people had.
Oh yeah.
And oh my god, you just guessed my zodiac sign.
Oh yeah, I did. Before we were rolling, I guessed your zodiac sign.
Yeah, that was crazy.
First I was like
Gemini.
yeah,
like, and you didn't know my birthday, did you?
No.
What the like I could never do that.
Really?
I could never guess someone's zodiac sign. No.
You should see me when I'm drunk. When I'm drunk, I am on one. Like I once was at a party drunk. Actually, you want to hear the first time I met Dixie D'Amelio?
I love Dixie D'Amelio.
So sorry, Dixie. I was at Tana's dizzy party and I had a little bit too much of the dizzy. And I got dizzy and took Dixie's hand and I said, Dixie, come here. And she was like, okay. And I took her outside onto the lawn and just read her palm.
What was it? Like
I don't remember. I was like I was not with the shits.
True. I love Dixie. Oh my god.
She's a sweetheart. Like the fact that like it was my first time meeting her, I was clearly disheveled and she was just willing to sit in the grass with me. She's so nice.
Oh my god, there was this one girl that I used to be friends with that like this was like a year ago. She and I liked the same guy. Yeah. And she pretended to be psychic to like get him to get him to like her. Oh my god. Also one time, oh my god. Oh, wait, I don't know. Actually, I want to tell this. So I was dating this guy and I got a DM from a girl. And she said that she was psychic and she wanted to have a reading with me. And I did a reading with her. And she asked me if I was dating the person I was dating. She was like, are you dating, I'll call him, it's not his name, but I'll call him Sander. And I was like, how the did you know that? Like, you're psychic.
You're
like,
so good, yeah.
And so she told me, like, we were going to break up soon.
Wait, because he was cheating on...
No, listen. So I was like, no, like, oh my God, we might break up soon. Like, how do you know all of this? Like, and then she was like, I don't even know. Like, let me FaceTime you. I get on FaceTime with this girl and my stomach drops. I knew her face because she was one of the comment girls. Like, you know the comment people like that are like always commenting on someone that you like stuff and you stalk them and you have their face memorized.
Yeah. They're like always commenting on your stuff. Yeah.
No, like she was commenting on his stuff all the time. So I used to stalk her like main profile and be like, who the is this girl?
Yeah.
Like, why is she like flirting with my boyfriend? Well, I got on FaceTime and it was one of those girls that was like totally hitting on my boyfriend. I was like, no way. So then I'm on FaceTime with the girl and I was like, do you know Sander? And she was like, so yeah, like I didn't know how to tell you, but like we slept together in October. And I was like, what the are you actually psychic? And she was like,
no.
She was like, I am psychic. I just like I have like an insider info because I have slept with him. And she basically pretended to be like, she was predicting all of these things in our relationship, pretending to be psychic just so that I could get on the phone with her and she could tell, like she was trying to break us up the entire time.
That's so wild. Did you break up with him? Please say you did.
Not after that, but like it took a couple months, but we did break up in June. Yeah.
Why did it take so long for you?
Because they hooked up while we were like in our talking stage.
Oh.
So like.
So in your head, you're like,
like we were supposed to be exclusive, but like whatever, you know.
That's
But like finding that out in like the spring, and they hooked up in October. Like I was like, whatever. What am I gonna do? But yeah, isn't that like she?
How's your love life been recently, though? Hopefully good. I was telling you earlier, your TikTok, you went on that date and like everything was closed. How was that? Did you end up
on a date.
Sorry, did you end up like going somewhere that wasn't closed?
No, we drank beer in his truck. Okay, so a country singer slid in my DMs when I lived in Nashville last year, right when I moved there. And he asked me to go on a date with him. I get in his truck, and then he tells me about this restaurant he wanted to take me to. We get there, and it's closed. And I got the ick so badly. Like, I just imagine, like, getting in a car, and, like, they're, like, so excited to go to a restaurant, and then it's closed. Like, you want to vomit. So then he takes me to a second location. It's also closed. Like, I'm not even kidding. So I'm in his car and he was like, should we just get beer and like drink in my truck? And I was like, okay, whatever, like, sure. So we did, and I ended up having like a really fun time. And then I was like, this is like a country song. And he was like, my name's Becca, by the way. And he was like, yeah, I'm gonna name it Drinking a Beer in a Truck with Brooke. And I was like, ooh, my name is not Brooke. It's so f***ing terrible. And I didn't say anything, and I should have said something, but like I didn't want to embarrass him. So then he drops me off at my house, and then the next week he asked me to go on a second date with him, and it was just me picking him up from the airport. That was the second date.
Is that like the most awkward date you've ever been on?
Like, it was he was using me for a ride, like for an airport ride. And then I picked him up, and I thought we were going somewhere else, and we weren't. And it was like, so then I like ghosted him. We never talked again. Yeah,
like, immediately.
I ghosted him, and then I ran into him last weekend in Nashville at a fashion show, and he bought me a bikini. So, and then he made a TikTok about it, and everyone wants us to date, but like, I keep getting, okay, his TikTok went viral about us, and like, I'm not even gonna lie, like, I'm sorry if you're watching this. I'm not gonna say your name, but like, why am I getting all these DMs from girls, like asking because they're all hooking up with him too at the same time, and they're like,
explain yourself, sir.
Yeah. And like, he is totally like in the comments right now as we speak, being like, oh yeah, like, get Becca to give me a second chance, like maybe we'll get married one day. He hasn't texted me one time. No, we're not texting. Like, it's not. He's doing like this all for PR.
Yeah.
Like, he has a new single coming out, and I think that's why.
Oh my gosh, trying to, like, drinking a beer in the car with Brooke. That's the single. No. I would scream. My
name is literally Becca too.
Yeah.
Like, what the those are two different names.
Becca and Brooke?
Yeah, like, and he didn't even correct himself. Like,
that's wild.
And I thought I liked him for a second. Like, after when I made that TikTok, I was like, that was cute. Like, he bought me a bikini. Like, maybe. And then I ran into him at a breakfast place. I was like, maybe we should be together. And I was reading all these comments online of people being like, you guys would be so cute together. Uh-huh. But then I realized, wait a second. No, he's just doing this for, like, attention, I feel like. Sorry if you're watching this. I feel bad, but I don't really feel that bad.
No.
I feel like he would do the same thing. Like, if someone was interviewing him about me, like, I'm just saying, like, I don't like all these DMs that I'm getting. And he's, like, older, and all these girls are really young telling me that they're, like, hooking up with him right now. Like, what the
That's a red flag. I would run. Is that like the most awkward
like 20 red
date
flags
you've
already.
been on? Is there like a more awkward date you've been on?
This guy took me to a basketball game, and I didn't know I don't know anything about basketball. This is in LA. I don't know anything about basketball. And I didn't know when to talk, so we didn't even talk the entire time. We didn't talk.
Really?
No. It was like silent. Like, I don't know anything about basketball. I don't know the rules. Like, he just like seemed really into it.
I feel like I've never really had an awkward date.
That was the most awkward date
like
ever.
I've had like
do you go on like a lot of like first dates?
Like I feel like the most awkward.
Well, you meet them on Tinder, don't you?
Some of them, yeah.
So is that like hard? Like, I feel like dating apps, like, they just suck. I don't know how to get off of a dating app.
What sucks is like dating apps is, I feel like, especially like if you're in the like LGBTQ community, like being gay or even like queer, it's very hard to like naturally find people, because it's like, I feel like, for example, like if I were straight and I was at a library and I accidentally bumped into a girl or this, that, and the third, like it's a lot easier for like straight people to like meet, or like, oh, you have mutual friends, yada yada. That doesn't really happen a lot of the times, I feel like, in like the queer space. So like we use dating apps. At least I'm gonna speak for myself. I don't want to speak for everybody in the queer community, but at least for me, I feel like using dating apps is a lot easier to like find people who actually want to date. But I don't really think I've had any like awkward dates. There was this one time I went on a date with this guy from Tinder, and I thought he was so sweet, and literally all we did all night, like until like 4 a.m, we were outside on a couch, but it was like one of those triangle couches. So like he had his legs open and I was like laying staring up at him, and we were just talking all night long, and it was so sweet. It was so nice. And then as he was dropping me off, he was like, I had such a great time. And I was like, yeah, me too. And he was like, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you never saw me again.
What?
I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, yeah, like I kind of just like disappear on people. And I said, okay.
Wait, is he like trying to flex? Like,
I don't know, but it turned me off. So I was like, bye.
I wouldn't be surprised if you don't ever see me again.
I would have been like, okay, toodles. Like I can find someone else. Like this is why like I'm so serious when I say this. I always recommend, especially like I'll recommend to anyone watching this or listening right now, when you're talking to guys, please make sure you are talking to more than one. Like unless there's like an exclusive thing happening or you guys are dating, because if there's like exclusivity or dating, in my head, at least for me, that's cheating. Like if you arrange with that person, like, oh, only me and you are talking right now, don't be talking to other people. But if that isn't on the table, no, talk to as many guys as you want, because in my head, it's like, this is why it's so easy now for me to get the ick, because I'm not focusing on one guy and I don't overlook things. Like if something a guy does pisses me off, I'm like, oh, I have 5 other guys to talk to that don't do that.
I feel like that's such a good idea because...
I lied.
What?
I have been on an awkward date.
What? Tell me.
Oh my God. I don't know why this did not cross my mind. So I was talking to this guy for a while. And sorry, like I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it wasn't even interesting. I don't even remember it. I already forgot.
You're like, I forgot it. I was talking to this guy and his pictures, they were of him, but from like a few years ago. Because when I saw him, it was like he did not look the same. But I overlooked it because I was like, we've had good conversations, like we've talked on the phone, like it's whatever, you know. First date was fine. Second date, he ended up going, I invited him to a Super Bowl thing with like my friends, and we had like a table at this really nice bar in Santa Monica. I was like I got like messed up. Like I was blacked out for Rihanna's show. Like if you weren't, like that's on you. But like I had to. Like it's my obligation, as like it's everybody's obligation. It was freaking Rihanna. So I was like drunk. I ended up like, what's it called? Falling asleep on my friend Emmy's lap. Like I like
Emmy? Like,
yeah, I was
Emmy who?
Hartman.
Yeah, oh my God, I love Emmy.
And I was resting on Emmy's lap, and like he did not talk to me the entire time we were there. He kept talking to his roommate, and I was like, okay, whatever. So I'm just gonna like lie on Emmy's lap. And then at one point, Emmy was like, "What are you doing?" Like, mind you, I'm like tipsy, and Emmy was like, "What?" Not tipsy, I was drunk, but like Emmy was like, "What are you doing? Like, you're here as a date, like."
You were his date. You weren't there just... Oh my God, wait, what?
Yeah, he was there as a date, and he was not talking to me the entire time. He was talking to his roommate, and my friends kept having to tell him what to do. They were like literally like, talk to Spencer. Like, no. Literally, they were like telling him what to do. And then this is where it gets crazy. He ends up telling Emmy's partner... He's like flirting with Emmy's partner.
What?
Being like, oh, I would so date you and this, that, and the third. I'm literally sitting right there, mind you. And then I ghosted him. And then he would hit me up and be like, hey, what happened? Bitch, you happened, psycho. Like, you happened. What do you mean? Like, I hate when guys are like, I don't know what happened. Let's do a little recap, shall we? Like,
highlight reel.
Like, literally. Like, do you not, like, we were both in the same place. Like, do you not see what you did was wrong? Because if you don't see it, that's even more.
Time.
Barely. And then we ended up walking on the beach, and you can bleep this out. The motherfucker left me to go walk with his roommate down by the shore. And I'm literally sitting on the beach with my friends, like my friend Emmy and her partner. We're just sitting on the beach, and we're like, where the hell did they go? And like 30 minutes, like actually scratch that. 30 minutes go by, and by this time we're like at the Santa Monica Pier walking around, and then we bumped into them there because we thought they left us. That is how long they were gone. We thought they left us.
Wait, so you were talking to him before? Mm-hmm. Like you had like a prior talking stage with him, and you finally went on a date.
Our first date, which was like, okay, but this is the guy again. He was like, his pictures were of him, but like from a while.
Oh my God.
Like the audacity.
Holy fucking shit. Okay. I feel like you have way crazier things happen to you. Like, holy fucking shit.
I mean, like you did. Well, yeah. I think mine might have like.
Can you imagine? Like, did you confront him at all?
No. That's my thing. Like, how do I put this?
I feel like that is like something you confront over.
See,
be like, you're a bitch.
But here's my thing. It was like that plus his photo, like his photos not matching him fully. I was like, you know what? don't really care. Like, I'm just like, I don't like, I became completely detached. And I don't hate when people say this. I understand when people are like, oh, don't ghost people, because they still have like a right to this, that, and the third. You can call me immature. I ghost people all the time, only when I feel they deserve it. That was deserved. If this was like a decent person and I did go on a few dates with them and like the vibe just wasn't for me, I would have just been like, hey, like I don't really see this going anywhere. And I would be honest. But with that, no, be ghosted, bitch.
I ghost everyone. I don't even care. We could go on like 400 dates. I'm sorry, goodbye. I don't give a about it. Like, I don't owe them anything. Like, what? Why would I text someone telling them I don't want to be with them anymore? I ghost friends too. I ghost everyone.
Really?
I ghosted my mom on accident.
Really?
But that one was an accident. That was like for a month. I forgot to reply. And then I got canceled on Twitter.
Why?
Anyway, this is off track, but yeah, I did get canceled on Twitter because I tweeted a picture of my mom's text. They were like, hello, hello, hello. And I forgot to answer her for so long, but you don't get it. Like, she wanted to talk about something so boring. It was taxes, and I didn't want to talk about it.
Oh.
Anyway, so I got canceled. People were like, your mom's going to die one day. And I was like, but other than that, yeah, no, I ghost people easily. Like, I don't feel guilty at all. Like, men are like roaches, though, too.
Roaches?
Roaches, yeah. They don't die. Like, they'll be fine no matter what. Like, I don't even know.
I feel like I don't really ghost friends. I definitely ghost guys. Like if they deserve it.
If you had like a falling out with a friend, you would text them and let them know?
Oh, yeah. I literally because here's my, like with my friends, I feel like, I don't know. I'm not saying you're immature, but I feel like for me, it's like a maturity thing in my head at least. And I don't want you to think, but with me and my friends, it's like when I become really close with someone, and I'm talking like really close, like we can fight as much as we want because we both are comfortable enough in the fact that we know that we will come to like a solution. Like we will hit a solution. And it's like, I'm the type of person where it's like, if I know I want this person to stay in my life and I have an issue, I'd rather just say it right out, just like right out in the open.
Well, yeah, if it's someone that you want in your, if it's like a defined friend for life, like, you know, you have those friends that like are no matter what, like you can fight like siblings, but there are some friends that are like, once you make the decision in your head, like nothing that this person does will redeem themselves. I'll never be able to trust this person again. What's the point of like confronting them? Like the only point would be like for your own, in my head, for my own ego to like, it would feel good to like be like, you did this, like why'd you do this to me? Like, but then it's like,
you don't want them to know that what they did like affected you that much. Yeah.
And like, what do I gain from that? I don't want to fight with like, for example, like the friend that I was telling you about earlier. What am I gonna say to that person? Like why'd you post this about me? Why'd you say this about me? Like, why did you do that? Why'd you go on a date with that guy? Like, it's just, what am I gonna say? What are they gonna say? What is she gonna say?
But I feel like in like your sense, I get where you're coming from in terms of like you don't want them knowing that, well, like you don't want to give them the what is it called? You don't want to give them the satisfaction of knowing that what they did like kind of stuck with you a little, or like kind of hurt you in a way.
I don't want them to have a screenshot, like a good, like of me like being a bitch, like over text, like.
That's why a lot of the times I confront my friends in person. We do that.
Would be better.
Yeah, I literally went out with one of my friends the other night and we had a whole conversation. I mean, it was like on me, like I did something, but like we went out, we had like a really good time, and while we were out, we talked about it, and like I apologized, and like we're fine. You know, I feel like it's when you have, again, like those friends in your life, you're like, holy shit, like you're gonna be with me forever, or like just those friends in your life where you're like, I like right now at least I don't want to lose you. It's so, in my head, it's so much easier to just confront the awkwardness between the both of you and just like get it all out in the open, because I hate that weird pit I get in my stomach when like I know that like there's something off between me and a friend, and I don't know what it is, but I just like I need to speak on it, because if I keep holding on to it, I'm just gonna be stressed, and I already feel it. Like if I think about it, like it's just like a feeling in the pit of my stomach whenever I have like a problem with anyone, it's like we need to talk it out, get it over with. Unless they need time, that's fine. Take your time. But if you don't need time and you want to get all your feelings out in the open, I'm willing to do the same.
No, I'm so different than you. I'm avoidant for sure, which I know
Really?
is a problem. Yeah, I have a lot of problems going on. It seems like, but
Hey,
I like to avoid.
we all do.
Like I avoid everything.
What do you think? Therapy session. What do you think makes you want to avoid things? Is it like the awkward tension? Are
Yeah,
you
it's
more of like a
creepy
runner
thinking
then?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm a runner. Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense because you were saying like when it comes to fights.
Yeah,
you
I
probably
would rather
run.
just not. Like, I don't know.
See,
like,
I'd rather see like my whole philosophy is like if I'm gonna hit someone in like a fight or like if I get in a bar fight, I don't care if I'm missing a tooth as long as I got a scratch on your face, I'm satisfied.
But I'm jealous. Like I feel like that would feel so good. Like I fantasize about like my ex-boyfriend. Sometimes I want to punch him in the face. Like that would feel so good.
Yeah, well, you have to like it's like a mindset thing. It's something
Yeah.
you have to overcome in a sense of you are stronger than you think you are. And fact of the matter is like you can do it. Like you can confront people. Like realistically, the only thing stopping you from confronting people is you. You're stopping yourself. And like for me at least, I can't, it's not that I don't stop myself. It's more so like I don't want to stop myself from confronting. I'd rather confront and like face everything head on. So like I know that we're good rather than run away and like have this awkward tension for however long.
I think that like maybe I was avoidant like last year. Like I feel like as I'm getting older, I mean I'm only 24, but like as I like grow up a
You're
little bit.
24?
Yeah.
I thought you were my age.
How old are you?
I'm 21. Well, I'm turning 22.
You're 21? I thought you were older than me.
Cut that clip. I'm kidding.
For real.
can
You
keep
just
it in.
seem like more like confident, like more like older.
Really?
You know-
Do I
yeah.
look old?
No.
Oh, thank God.
What the I'm 24. It's not that big of a difference.
I'm just scared. I'm like Botox at 21, I guess.
I actually did get Botox for the first time at 21. That was the biggest mistake in my life. One of my eyes was like, don't do it.
Okay.
One of my eyes was stuck half a clip. Anyway, as I get older, I feel like I'm like definitely more sure of myself. Like now I know, okay, I was not in the wrong when my ex-boyfriend cheated on me. Like there's nothing I could have done that would have stopped him. But before I was like, oh my God, maybe I could have been nicer to him. Like maybe I should have been a
better,
because he told me it was my fault because I was so cold to him, and I was like maybe I am, and he was like you are avoidant, so so I believed him. I was like maybe like I'm really cold and like I can be nicer to him, but then I started meeting people and they're like that's not true, like you're not cold, like
it's really easy to talk to you.
oh my God,
Like
thank
people
you.
who are cold are like,
I
it's
feel like
like
they're mean, like they're like bleh.
it's not even mean. It's more like it's a very like a wall. Like I feel like
there's no emotion like with them, talking to them.
Right. So like if I were like a cold person, it would be like very hard to keep the convo going. Same with you, but like I don't feel like you're a cold person at all.
I don't either anyway. I'm not cold, and now I know that. So like yeah, I feel like I know like the truth with situations, like yeah, like sometimes I'm in the wrong and I'm the villain in a situation, and sometimes I'm literally not. Like there's literally nothing I could have done. And I think that I should like stand up for my, like if I see a person in a bar that wronged me, like I feel like I should feel strong enough to be like not have to be fake and not go up and hug them and not let them hug me, you know, because I think before I used to do that. I used to be like if I saw the friend that I was
just didn't want any conflict,
because I wanted to keep the peace.
Yeah.
But now I think I could like be like don't hug me, don't even think about hugging me, because sometimes people wrong you. Like yeah, it's hard being like, it's just hard being in your 20s. Like people come and go, and I think that I need to be more sure of myself of like when someone hurt me, like I'm not crazy
going back to them too.
Yeah, and I don't have to go back to them. Like I don't want to be friends with someone that's hurting me, and I don't want to date someone that like cheats on me.
I feel like I've grown in that way too, especially since living on my own. It's become a lot easier for me to point out when I know I'm in the right and when I'm in the wrong. But I will say there have been times where I feel and I know I'm in the right, But hearing the way, like, for example, like I don't want to like say the situation that happened, but like something happened between like me and my friend, and in my head I was like, I am not, like, I did not feel like I was in the wrong whatsoever. I was like, there was nothing that I did that was wrong, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But then when I was talking to this person, they were like, I want you to know that like it's not like a big deal. You don't have to worry about it, but you also have to imagine it from my point of view. And like I feel like it's easy for me to be, sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not, but to be like empathetic in a way where it's like I can see from their point of view how it made them feel. And even if I know like, oh, I'm not in the wrong, like it's just like the way the situation may have played out could have made them feel a certain way, and that I can own up to, if that makes sense.
For sure. I can see all sides of every situation. But there are times like where objectively like one person is in the right and then objectively one person is in the wrong. But the truth is, like, most of the time, like, things are really gray, you know? Like, it's hard. Like, everyone has their own side. Like, from my boyfriend's point of view, like, he probably really believed that at the time, oh, my God, I need to hook up with a girl because my girlfriend's mean to me. I wasn't mean to him. But, you know, from his point of view, he probably believed that. So, I mean, that's his truth.
That's his prerogative.
Shout out to you, Sander. It's not his name, but same guy. But, yeah, I now that I'm older, and I also, like, I have my own apartment, too. Like, I have my own life, and I have things going for me now. So, as I grow up, I'm like, I'm, like, ready to cut everyone. Anyone that gives me, like, any kind of bad vibe, I'm, like, I'm done with them. Yeah. You know, like, right away. Really? I'm pretty, like, confident in that. But that would just ghost them, though. Like, you know, that's where the avoidant thing comes in. I'm like, okay, I don't need to, like, have a conversation with you about it.
So how did you get over your last relationship?
Well, I feel like I'm still not over it. Like, there are definitely, it comes in waves. There are some days where I, like, I don't even think about him. And then I'll get, like, a weird memory on my phone, or, like, it'll pop up. Like, 1 year ago, because 1 year ago today we were dating. And that sets me back. But for the most part, like, just remembering, like, that, like, I feel like my ex was, like, darkness. Like, a lot of, like, darkness, and, like, the world seemed so, like,
bleak,
terrible. Yeah. Like, it seemed like I felt like I was always in the wrong, and I didn't understand why. Like, it felt like the world was, like, evil, and, like, I didn't I was just so manipulated, and, like, I believed that, like, there was something I could do to fix him, and, like, to fix our relationship, because he's such a charming and, like, fun guy, that, like, if he was so miserable in this relationship, like, what was I doing wrong? But then I realized that, like, once we ended, the world suddenly, like, got so big, and, like, there's so many nice people in the world, and, like, I'd go and meet people, and I didn't feel, like, a weight on my chest of, like, oh my God, I have to go home to, like, a crazy guy, like, he's gonna, like,
that's actually how like, when I first got out of my relationship, it was so odd, because it was like, again, like, there was a weight lifted off my shoulders, in the sense, this is what frustrated me, was like, if I called him and he didn't answer, like, it was no biggie. But if it was, like, the other way around, it was like, yeah. So it's like, I would always be like, I would, like, leave my friends' houses early just in case he would call me. And, like, I would be home, or, like, I would not make plans for the weekends because those were only reserved for him. And then all of a sudden he was gone. And at first, I was definitely sad, but then it's like, holy shit, like, I feel so much better. So something else that helped me was finding out everything that he did after we broke. Like, I didn't know all this, like, shit he did until, like, a few months later, when people he was close with would hit me up and they would tell me things. And at first I was like, I don't know if I believe you. But then I ended up in, like, a group call, and his cousin was in it too.
Oh my God, like that Doja Cat song. Like, your cousin. And isn't that a lyric? I don't know.
Oh my God, yeah, I think so.
It's like, ain't shit, and it's like, your cousin told me that you were shady, and your cousin told me.
Like, quite literally, I was in a call with his cousin and the girl he, like, tried to cheat on me with, and they just told me everything, and I was like, wow. And I was like, you just made it so much easier to get over him, because it then dawned on me that, like, the person I guess like fell in love with was not him. Like it was just a persona he put out to like get me, because later on again, like I found out that the entire reason he got with me was for social media. So it was just like, I'm glad, even though it wasn't a long relationship, I'm glad like there were like,
those are the most traumatic ones.
but I'm glad there were like cracks in his character that I noticed. Like he would do something, like it was almost like it was hard for him to like keep up with this like persona.
Facade.
Yeah. And it was like there would be moments where he would like crack or like say something really off, and I'd be like, wait, that's not right. Like why would you say that? And then he'd get mad at me.
Yeah, because he's manipulating you.
Yeah.
Sounds like same scenario. But like, I think, yeah, I really was so in love and romanticized like the person that he was, like there were so many beautiful times that we had together. But then I would romanticize and I would remember it, and then I would be like, God, I want to go back to that day. And then I remember, wait a second, if I really did go back to that day, like what happened that night? Like we had like the best boat day. Like we were on his boat having it was like a movie, like, and it was so romantic. Like we were dancing around, so fun. And then when I actually play back that memory, I remember, wait a second, when we got home, we started fighting in the kitchen. Why doesn't my memory go to that part? Like
that's what I had to do as well. It was like you start thinking, I feel like that's what like you do when like I guess like you're mourning a relationship. You're like, oh my gosh, we had all these good times. Yeah. But it's like, yeah, you did have good times, but what about like a day later?
Yeah.
Or what about like a few hours later? Right. And like, it's like that also helped me a lot. It was one of those like, I need to stop still viewing this relationship from like a lens of, oh my gosh, like this is like the perfect match for me, or like, oh, like I'm in love with, like I had to start viewing this lens as if I was not ever in a relationship with him. That's something that helped me. Would I allow this person to do what he did to me to my friends? No. So why am I sitting here crying over a man if I were to sit and look at my friend and say, you don't deserve this, right, get rid of him? And I can tell you how many times my friends said that to me. Yeah. I would call them and tell them like the arguments we had, like reasons why he would get like mad at me, like things that like, it was so weird. He used to do this thing. I hated this. He wouldn't tell me what was wrong. Like he would just be a bitch to me.
Expect you to know.
No, he wouldn't expect me to know. He would just be a bitch to me.
That like you did something wrong?
I don't know if I would do something like it would be something so minuscule. Like I remember one time I politely asked him to take my bags down the stairs and help me take my bags down the stairs, and he got mad at me for asking him to
would you have done that for him?
Yeah. And he got mad at me for asking him to help me take my bags down the stairs, and he was like, you act like you don't have two arms. And I was like, what the hell is wrong with you?
You're supposed to be dating.
Yeah, and he got mad at me, wouldn't tell me, and then he started babying me. And he would like be mad at me, give me the cold shoulder, and then like 20 minutes would go by, and he'd act like that didn't happen, like he was never being a little bitch. And then he'd like be like, oh baby, come here, like why are you staying so far away from me? And I'd be like, what the hell? Like let's recap the past 20 minutes when you were literally sitting on your phone ignoring me. I was trying to speak to you. You were giving me the cold shoulder, and like you would look over at me like I was, I don't know, a demon sent from hell. And now all of a sudden I'm your baby again. Like what the hell? And then he'd be like, oh well, you asked me to take your, and I'd be like, okay, why the hell didn't you just say that from the jump? Like you're crazy.
I think like the beautiful moments you have with someone, like those, you can have that all the time with the person you're supposed to be with, and it's okay to like remember them, but like those times, like the bad time, like that is the reality of your relationship. It wasn't all like, you're not crazy when you're remembering that. Like that happened, and if you continue to date that person, those moments are going to keep happening. It's never gonna like, nothing, if you're in a toxic relationship, nothing you can do will like one day fix it. They're not all of a sudden one day going to be like the angel that you thought that they were.
Exactly. Also, if you're going through a breakup, I stand by this so heavily. Time heals all wounds.
I hate when people say that.
When I was going through my breakup, I hated when people would say that shit to me. I remember, this is actually crazy, I remember my friend Lucy was going through a breakup, and like she was like 2 months into the breakup. Mine was fresh, And I remember I would wake up and cry every single day. And I remember I was talking to Lucy and I was like, Lucy, when did you start waking up and not cry? Like, when did you wake up in the morning and you didn't like immediately start bawling your eyes out? And she was like, about like 2 months. 2.5 months later, first time I woke up and I did not bawl my eyes out. First time I woke up and I was like, wow, like I'm actually okay. And then as it progressed, like I feel like when people say time heals all wounds, you're like, screw you, because it's like, no, like that's not what I want to hear right now. But realistically, it's true. Like over time, I personally feel that you stop viewing them as like your partner and start viewing them as like a stranger almost. And I always like to say that, you know, people who are nearsighted need glasses to see far away.
Yeah.
I always feel like when you get out of a relationship, the farther away you get, the more clear everything becomes.
That's a good way to look at it. Yeah.
Because it's like you're not viewing it as like from the perspective.
Sense.
Right. You're not viewing it as the perspective of someone who's like, oh, I'm in this relationship. You're viewing it from the perspective of, I was in this relationship. Why the hell did I let that happen? What was I thinking?
You have to let yourself though, like
feel and feel
everything. Anytime you have like the urge to cry. It helps.
Oh my God.
It heals your brain.
Oh my, you are so right for that, because I ended up going to Global Citizen. Yeah, it's a festival. It's a music festival in New York City. And when I went to Global Citizen, I literally was like, I'm not going to cry the entire time I'm here. I'm fine. I held it all down. I got in the Uber on my way home. I cried in the Uber. When I got dropped off, cried in my room. Then my mom literally took me on a car ride to like calm me down. I cried the entire car ride. Like I did not stop crying for like 4 hours.
But good though.
And it felt so good. It
feels so good. It's like rain. Like you need it. You need to cry. You need to cry. Get it all out. And if you're still feeling anything, do not suppress it. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to your friends. Like be honest. And then that way you just like squeeze all of the emotions out of you. And then one day you'll be able to look back at it as if it's like a movie that you're watching. Yeah. And it's not like so emotionally involved. You're like, oh wow, all of that stuff happened to me, and you can watch it in your brain like a movie, and it doesn't feel like the world is ending, like oh my God, like I'm heartbroken still.
Also, another good thing, if you're going through a breakup, I also recommend, if your friends ask to hang out, if your only reason for not hanging out is because you're going through a breakup, hang out with them. I remember like when I was going through my breakup, I didn't want to see any of my friends, and my friends would drag me out and I would be crying in the car. Let me tell you something. If they are your real friends, it is better to cry with people who love you and are there for you than crying alone. Because then you have people there that are there to show you what you deserve, show you the love that you have and never lost. Like those are the things you really need to appreciate. So if you're going through a breakup, please, if your friends are like, let's hang out, don't be like, I can't. Like, I don't want to go. Even if you're crying in the car, even if you're out to dinner and you're sitting in a restaurant booth crying to your friends, rest assured they don't care. They're just happy that you're there and that you're not alone.
You should not be alone. Definitely lean on people.
Mm-hmm. Well, I feel like we need to pick this up because this just got really depressing. So you want to play a game?
Yeah, I want to play a game.
I believe this game is called For the Girls, right?
Oh my God.
So basically we're going to pull something out of here.
Okay.
And we're going to say if it's like strictly for the girls or if it's for like everyone.
Okay.
I'm going to let you pull first because you're the guest.
All right. Quesadilla. Anything good is for the girls.
Anything good. Yeah. Quesadillas.
Quesadillas are, I feel like that's like a feminine thing to order.
Yeah.
Like if I was dating a guy, like a straight guy, and he ordered quesadillas, I'd be like,
why are you ordering quesadillas? That's for us.
That's for us.
Okay. I think quesadillas, I feel like everyone should enjoy quesadillas, so I'll say everyone.
I don't agree.
New York City subway.
Oh, boys.
Yeah, everyone.
That's not for the girls.
I actually, every time I've ever been in a New York City subway, something always happens to me, so I stopped taking the subway. First time I went on the subway, I was refilling my Metro card, and like literally I was surrounded by a whole bunch of homeless people telling me they wanted my wallet, and I was like,
what?
No. I was like, I can't really give that to you. And then another time I was on the subway, a man in a diaper was singing like really, really loudly. And then out of everyone on the subway train cart, like he walked up to me and said, "Where's my tip?" And I said, "What?" And he was like, "I just sent for you. Where's my tip?" And I was like, oh, I was like, sorry, I'm in high school and I have no money right
You're
now.
in high school. New
Like,
York. Woo! I love it
concrete
there.
jungle, wet dream tomato.
I love that song. Okay. Frozen. Oh my God, I get like good ones.
For the
Froyo,
girls.
definitely for
That
the
is
girls.
for the
Are you
girls.
kidding? Like,
For the girls.
hell
And when
no.
I say for the girls, I mean for the girls, gays, and theys.
Yes.
We're talking strictly straight
Girls, gays, and
heterosexual
theys.
cis men.
Yeah, like that one type of man.
Espresso martinis, the girls.
Girls,
The
obviously.
girls. Like,
This is
get out of my
easy.
face. Get out of my face.
Don't even think. Oh wait, sorry.
It's okay. The only thing you should be drinking, sir,
Sewer
is
water.
a Bud Light. Oh.
Same thing.
Same thing.
I'm sorry, Bud Light, if you want to sponsor me. Plants in your room, girls. Only because like the men would never even think about that. Like that, like out of they don't. That's not even like something that crosses their mind. Plants.
I feel like if they're like a good man.
No. Don't even go there. Because they shouldn't even have windows. What do they need to see outside? They can't. They're not gonna kill a plant.
If they had fake plants, like I feel like if you're like a greenery guy, oh, this is for the gays.
greenery
Well, if you're like one of the gays and you're also like a top and you have greens in your room, hit me up on Instagram.
So now we're like okay, how about I want like a 6'7" cowboy side of my DMs.
I want a sexy skater boy who's also taller than me, preferably above 6 feet. Have a little muscle on you if you can. I want to be safe around you to the point where, like, if I end up throwing hands at a bar, which would happen more than you think, you're able to defend me and hop on in too. Yeah. And you also have to be cute.
I want Andy Samberg.
Oh.
DM me, please.
Andy
Is he married?
Samberg?
You know who that is?
Yeah.
Is that right? Andy Samberg?
Yeah.
Please DM me. Please. I love you. Does he have a girlfriend?
He's married to this.
Loyalty test. Three kids? I could be a mom.
Yeah.
Tell me when you get divorced.
Okay. I said okay like I'm him. Ordering vodka cranberry for the girls. Vodka cranberries.
Oh my God, that is such a girl. I forgot. I'm going to get that. I forgot about that.
They are actually really good, but they just make me have to pee.
I get vodka soda with like a splash of cranberry.
Oh, I usually get tequila.
Karaoke. Can you imagine a cis man?
I have seen it.
No.
I don't need to imagine it.
Oh my God, this guy that. Oh my God. Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah.
That was too personal of a story. I almost came for a guy that like I'm friends with. No, do not do that. No karaoke, no singing. Be quiet.
Unless you're good.
No, even then, like.
What if it was like a country singer and they were really good?
Ick. Like, bye. I'm sorry. No.
Oh
No
my
singing.
God. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. Unless like the person was really good at singing, I get really like this is like literally why a lot of my friends come to me. Like if they're about to like release a song or they're like about to release music, they will sit me in their car and play the music because they know if I don't like it, you will see it on my face. Like I can't hide it. And if a man ever, oh my God, if a man ever like for an engagement did a flash mob and sang for me, that would not be an engagement. That would be a nightmare. That would be a nightmare for me. If you sang and danced and you weren't good at it, I mean, the effort is there, so I guess it would be kind of cute, but like...
No, what? That's two nightmares in one. Singing and flash mob? Hell no.
Apple Watches. I feel everyone.
I'm like looking at your wrist. Do you have one?
No.
I don't like them.
I don't like them.
Mm-mm. No one.
No one. Absolutely
That's jail.
nobody.
Okay. Vintage film cameras. Girls. But like if you're a guy and you have one, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, if you're
It's
like a
kinda hot.
photographer.
That's the only thing you guys can have.
Yeah, take nude pics of me.
Just for my own like selfish reasons. Like I just want cute pics.
Mm-hmm.
Also, back to the singing thing. Imagine, I hate it when people like when you're listening to the radio and they like a little bit sing and they want you to compliment them. They're like, ah, I love this song.
And they start singing over the music.
Dude, I'm like, let me hear the song. I want to hear Miley Cyrus and I want to hear you.
That's why I blast my music in my car whenever I have
I like
people in it.
slowly turn it up while they're singing.
I blast my music in the car because it's like no matter how loud this person next to me is singing, I'll also be singing and I won't hear them, my voice.
It's such a pick me thing to be like, hey.
And then the look.
Anything you have to say?
Cowboy boots for the girls.
For the girls and the guy. Honestly, that's hot. I
yeah,
like
guys wearing cowboy boots. Some of you
can pull it off. Andy Samberg. Oh my God, Andy Samberg and cowboy boots would be so hot. How serious is your marriage?
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
you're like, how serious is your marriage? Wink.
Is it like really serious? Okay, big t-shirts and pajama. Big t-shirt. Actually, this is a guy thing. Big t-shirts as pajamas. You can do that.
I've seen guys do that. Even at the gym, I see guys wearing like huge t-shirts and like tight biker shorts.
Well, why? They don't need to be picking out an outfit, so that's perfect for me. Just find it on the floor. Like them planning an outfit is ick.
Being good at ceramics. I've seen guys who are really good at ceramics, especially on TikTok,
Ew.
and it is so hot.
Red flag. That's such a like, oh, I'm good at ceramics.
Well, like, I mean, like, if they're actually invested in ceramics, yeah, that's cool. But if
invested
you're, like,
in ceramics?
But, like, if I see you shirtless, I actually don't care.
I care.
I just want attention. See, some of us don't have the luxury. I just want attention. If you're going to give me attention, hit me up. I don't care what you do.
From a ceramics guy?
Yeah, sure.
Are you
have you seen the ones on TikTok?
Yeah, and I know what I know who you're talking about, and I hate that. So desperate. They just want comments like, you're hot, and like they make it. Why are they doing it so sexually? Why is he's like taking the pot like as if he's like.
You've only seen one guy?
Yeah.
I've seen multiple.
Is that like your entire I've never. This doesn't come up on
my entire For You page is like
ceramics guys.
No, random edits. I think I saw more ceramics guys when I like first started, because they were like big.
I don't see any thirst trap. I want to see more thirst traps. Andy Samberg. Window seat on a plane. Obviously for the girls. Like,
see, I'll say that's for the girls. Yeah, either aisle seat or window seat for the girls, because I need to get up and pee. I need to go. And window seat, I want to see the plane take off. But middle seat, not doing that. One time I actually I kept trying to sleep on a flight, and there was a man sitting next to me, window seat, and he kept getting up to use the bathroom the minute I would fall asleep. And It was actually horrible. I was like, how are you peeing this much? Like, this is a 6.5 hour flight and you've already gotten up 5 times within the past hour. I mean, if you have a bladder problem, sorry for anyone who has bladder problems out there, like,
trigger warning.
Like, I'm not trying to like be
shout out to all of them.
Offensive. If you have that issue, you're brave, and I'm really happy.
And I see you.
And I'm not trying to overlook your problem.
Though.
Like, maybe get like a little cup.
Get a cranberry juice. You're fine.
Wait, cranberry makes you pee though.
Doesn't that flush it out? The issue? What are we even talking about right now?
Oh.
Isn't that the same thing?
No,
UTI?
Some people have like bladder issues where they have to constantly pee.
Fix it. I don't know. I don't know why I'm coming from. I don't even know. I was just trying to defend you in this story.
Yeah,
and you're like attacking
me. Us fighting like random people that haven't even seen this yet.
I'm like, get your meds. Like,
I actually just got meds yesterday.
Wait.
Not for my bladder.
Okay.
I don't ever want to go bald ever.
Oh.
It's like my worst fear in the entire world is going
You're
bald.
not gonna go bald.
That's funny, because all the men in my family have gone bald.
So you got meds to not go bald?
Yeah, hell yeah, I did. What do I look like?
Maybe I should get that.
I was at you don't need it.
But I'm dyeing my hair blonde all the time.
See, but like, here's the difference. Like, baldness is like mainly is like a male pattern genetic, and that's because of our what is it called? It starts with a P. Our prostate. So, like, essentially what happens is, like, as you get older, your prostate grows. And if you have an enlarged prostate, that can cause your hair to fall out. However, the medication I'm taking, essentially, like, it's not that it stunts the growth. It kind of, like, almost shrinks it. So your hair grows out more and your hair is, like, fuller. And I just started it today.
Oh, my God. Congrats.
Thank you.
That's huge.
Yeah.
See, that's an example. Like, some men out there, like, they need to like fix it too.
See, like, I'm just like very big on like, I want to always be pretty for the rest of my life. And I'm not saying if you're bald you're not pretty, but I'm just saying, like, for me, as someone who is gender fluid, and some days I feel like a girl and some days I don't, like I don't want to go bald.
Yeah.
Also, I'm not good with wigs. I also don't want to learn how to install wigs. I mean, I could probably from TikTok, but like it just seems like a lot.
No, your hair is so pretty. You should keep
And
it
I want to
short.
keep my curls, yeah. So I've been taking hair, skin, and nails, and then this other drug.
Good for you.
I would say the name, but I don't want to.
I dated a bald guy one time. I was 18.
Wow.
He was my boss.
How old was he?
26.
That's wild.
He was hot though. But he did leave me for my coworker, so I'm mad about it still. And she was 18 too, and now they're married.
What?
Anyway.
Well,
I miss you, Ohio.
only in Ohio. On that note, before we close out, did you want to tell everyone your social media handles?
I forgot to tell you guys I'm doing a podcast, but I don't know what it's going to be called. I don't know. I don't have any info. I don't know what it's going to be called.
But it's coming.
It's going to be by myself, though.
And your handles on social media?
Becca Moore. It's just Becca Moore. On both TikTok and Instagram.
Woo.
Yay!
Well, if you guys don't know mine, it's Spencewuah on everything except Snapchat, because again, some bitch stole my username. So it's Spencewuah with an M in the middle. As you all know, new episodes come out every Thursday on all audio streaming platforms. But if you want to see this happening live and in person with me and Becca sitting next to one another, head to the Past Your Bedtime YouTube channel. Check it out. If you like it, which you probably will, because look at us, subscribe, like, and comment. If you don't do those things, you hate me. And that's really sad, because I really do love all of you. And hating me would just like really put a damper on my day. So
Middle seats forever for all of you.
yeah. So, oh yeah, if you don't subscribe, bad luck. Ha. Now you have to. Love you all. Peace and love. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.